Last Sunday, this channel launched hashtag CR for stimulus, urging Mitch McConnell to put stimulus in the continuing resolution, the budget bill, the CR, with a deadline of December 11th. Minutes ago, Mitch McConnell confirmed stimulus is in the CR. Purple Power has done it again. The viewers of this channel and this channel with now 2 million views a day got Mitch McConnell to put stimulus in the CR. In a new statement tonight, Mitch McConnell says that stimulus will be in the continuing resolution, that 3 stimulus bills presented today that were really quite horrible bills, he called a waste of time because we're going to do everything together. The stimulus will be in the CR. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, is being advised and giving advice about what he wants for stimulus in the CR, and it's going to get passed right away. This is really shocking, great news. All you have to do now, Purple Power, is ensure that stimulus checks, FPUC, UI, eviction moratorium, and mortgage forbearance are in there, and you have won. But we still got to get to that finish line. It's a major achievement, but we still need to get over it. This is a bombshell night of Evenings LALATE. Good evening, everybody. Tonight, boy, it's Tuesday night, and tonight another success for the Purple Power as Mitch McConnell confirms that he's doing what this channel first launched. Hashtag CR for stimulus is now a reality. Boy, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do, because this channel is not only getting people money right now, not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, and not 5 years from now, but is also pushing political results. Today, throughout the day, no less than 12 viewers reach out to me in private messages thanking me and the volunteers of this channel, who are now 9 incredible volunteers, for getting them thousands of dollars in grants in the last 24 hours. These are viewers who are getting $5, $6, $7, upwards of $20,000 in grants in their accounts because of this channel. And tonight, this channel is not only getting you thousands of dollars, we're also changing history. As stimulus is finally going in the continuing resolution, the president is being debriefed on it, and Mitch McConnell is introducing it. And boy, we're almost there. Please subscribe to this channel. Also, like this video. In this video tonight, I'll be going over what's going on with Mitch McConnell and the CR for stimulus. What are the deal provisions? What you need to do now right away in sharing and liking this video and tagging McConnell and his communications director. He's seen your tweets. Then I'll be going over the $2,400 for SSI and SSDI. And finally, I'll be going over the big money that you need to get right now, as grants are announced in Houston, announced in San Diego, announced in cities across the country, and in statewide, in cases like New Mexico and other states are actually announcing stimulus checks just in the last 24 hours. It's an incredible night. I'm so glad you joined me, and join me minutes after this recording for a live taping of Purple Power Live. We'll have more on that as well. Let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is tonight, the viewers of the channel and this channel achieved another historic milestone. CR for stimulus is now a reality. There will be stimulus in the CR. What is the CR? What are we talking about? And what are the details? Let me back up. On Sunday, I told you that this channel needs to get a message out loud and clear to Mitch McConnell that the continuing resolution bill needs to have stimulus in it, emergency stimulus to get you between now and January. This is not all stimulus that you need. It's the emergency stimulus. What is a continuing resolution? It's a budget bill. It's a budget bill done every 3 months to govern the operations of the federal government. Without that budget bill passed, the government shuts down. It has to be passed in the Senate and passed in the House and signed by the president. It's like any other bill. Usually the bill is done several days in advance. It's not done on the 11th hour because it's too scary to leave it to the 11th hour. Moreover, it has had stimulus in it before. If you watched Being a Mitch with Sirloin, I detailed how Sirloin and the cows got stimulus in the last CR. No joke. But this time around, on Sunday, I said you need to get the message loud and clear that we need stimulus, emergency stimulus, in the CR. Tonight, Mitch McConnell confirms that reality. He said that in looking at all this press reports of all these stimulus bills that I call junk bills throughout the day, I literally call them junk bills introduced by a bunch of senators who want to get themselves book deals and get on broadcast news with bad bills that don't do anything but get themselves a lot of publicity. Mitch McConnell basically said the same thing. These are a waste of time bills. I'm not going to spend 1 second talking about these bills because we need to do the following. One thing together. Stimulus and the CR need to be done together. Lord, this is incredible. So now that we've achieved CR for stimulus, the next step, and this is the final step, is to ensure that the stimulus provisions that are in the CR are the correct ones. McConnell went on to say late today, that he's been debriefing the president on the possible items that need to be in the CR. So hence, there's a discussion, an ongoing discussion about what stimulus items need to be in the CR for emergency purposes. We're back to our old series of people to tag on Twitter. McConnell, Mnuchin, Trump, McConnell's communications director, and all the Mnuchin has a communications director as well. All those people need to be tagged because this is what you need to have said. First, it needs to have a stimulus check. Second, you need to get a message out loud and clear. It needs FPUC retroactive. Third, it needs extension of PUA and UI. Fourth, it needs eviction moratorium. And fifth and sixth, it needs mortgage forbearance. Now, it also should likely have student loan moratorium on paying it back. Now, the nuances of the items are the following. We can certainly ask that the repurposing of CARES Act 1 money that is at SBA, that $800 billion is put into the CR. That would amount to $5,000 check. I don't know if they'll do it, but we can certainly ask for it. Mitch McConnell and Steve Mnuchin, no less than a week ago, wrote the Temple of Doom asking them to repurpose CARES Act 1 money as a stimulus check. So this is something they've discussed before. Let's also consider the following backup, which is that Mnuchin, during his last negotiations with the Temple of Doom, went over $1,200 in his last negotiations. Ed Meadows confirmed that the president told Mnuchin to go higher than $1,200, and that presumes that he had offered $2,000 for all adults, $1,000 for children, and $2,000 for adult dependents. That is believed to be the last negotiated offer from the president. Next, FPUC. The problem we've had with FPUC is how retroactive. The report from Saturday said that McConnell wants to do FPUC retroactive to September. During the negotiations of the fall, Mnuchin went retroactive to September. Pelosi went retroactive to September. The reports from the weekend said that McConnell wanted to do $250 a week. The bills today said $300 a week. The last deal offers from Mnuchin were $400 a week. And the Problem Solvers bill was $450 and then $600 a week. It's likely that you would see something around $300 a week, but I ultimately believe, this is my opinion, that we shouldn't burn a stake over whether it's $300 a week or $400 a week. The big issue is how retroactive it is. If it's retroactive to September, you would get $6,000 at $300 a week. If it's retroactive to July, boy, that's a lot. Big difference. July, August, September, October, November, December, that's 6 months, 20 weeks it's just a lot of weeks. Will they go to July? I don't know. But ultimately, they go retroactive at $300 something a week to September. That's a nice check you would get, in addition to a stimulus check. Next, eviction moratorium absolutely has to be in there. No one should be evicted during this pandemic. I mean, it's just horrible. then a mortgage forbearance, and finally the most obvious things, an extension of PUA, an extension of FPUC. So you would not lose unemployment benefits on January 1, or in some states, you're actually losing them already. These are all really important provisions. Ultimately, the only provisions that cost money are FPUC and the stimulus check. Nothing else costs money. Now, McConnell will likely put PPP in there, which is also really good. We would hope that McConnell does not put PPP at too high a price tag. Today's price tag in some of the bills was $300 billion of PPP. There's $800 billion of PPP sitting around at SBA that no one wanted. And legislators need to understand that this is an emergency bill. So maybe, 20, 40, $50 billion of PPP is sufficient, but not $100 or $150 billion. Remember, this is an emergency bill from now to February. So take this video, tag McConnell's communications director, and then you're going to hit the same people as well. Mnuchin's communications director, Meadows, Trump, and anyone else in those teams. If you can see anyone else on McConnell's team that you want to certainly get the message to, then include that as well. Grassley or, anyone similar like that. Really exciting, great news. Now let's turn to the $2,400 for SSI and SSDI. That would not be in this. That is not an emergency item. So that would float in a separate standalone bill in January, $2,400 for SSI and SSDI, plus a 20% increase and a step up annually. All really exciting news. It would be a standalone bill, not this bill. Everything else that we talk about on this channel, hazard pay, stimulus, EIDL, all those other things would be in the big kahuna of a bill in January. Earlier today, Joe Biden spoke, and he basically repeated the same words as Mr. McConnell, which is, we need different things for different times. We need an emergency bill right now, said the president-elect, which is exactly what McConnell and Trump believes. And then we can do a bigger bill in January, February, but we don't need that right now. Amen. So let's just wake up. What's important to understand is that everyone wants this stimulus to go out. And a new report from the White House reveals that President Trump wants to exit on a positive note by showing that he gave an enormous stimulus relief to Americans during the pandemic at the thick of Christmas. So this is all really good news as well. Now, let's turn to you and that big grant money. Boy, throughout this entire day, I think I've gotten close to somewhere between 15 to 24 messages that I've personally gotten that said, thank you, in the last 24 hours, I have gotten this. And these are grants. These are escalated benefits or they're EIDLs. One volunteer said that they have helped almost 60 people in the last few days. It's incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. So let's go over this money right now. If you, and this qualifies for everyone, and I want to make something very clear, that ultimately if you are a person that says there's nothing anywhere in your entire state, it's just wrong. I'm going to give you an example of what's wrong here. For example, some people, 2 days ago saying there's nothing in the state of Texas. That was wrong because I was getting viewers rent grants in Houston, Texas. Well, tonight, Houston, Texas is announcing a stimulus check for all its citizens. Then in New Mexico, there's a stimulus check there as well. Other states are announcing big stimulus checks in different cities and states, and I've been tweeting them. I've been putting them on the community page all day long. But if you're an individual, this is what you need to look for. City Hall, County Hall, State Housing Authority. You're looking for rent. You're calling them up saying, do you have any rent assistance? Then you're also going on their websites. In some cases, the counties had rent grants 2 days ago, and today it's gone. It's moving that quickly. On December 1st, some counties actually went live with rent grants. And elsewhere, other grants were announced today that are open just for a few days. It's that quickly. Next, utilities. There's utility grants everywhere. Low-income housing utility assistance is if I'm saying the acronym right, is giving utility assistance to countless viewers. I put that on the community page as well. Then finally, food. It's important to understand that the CARES Act 1 grants are for you rent, utilities, and for food. In some cases, they're for hazard pay or for or for small businesses. For example, California announced a $25,000 small business grant today. That's from Gavin Newsom. It's on their website, and I put that on the community page as well. But ultimately, it's rent, utilities, and food. I don't want you to sort of slide into the discussion of just give me a check to pay my outstanding bills. There is no such stimulus for that. Remain on focus about rent, utilities, and food. The viewers that sent me DMs today were getting about anywhere from $4,000 to $10,000 just today on this. Just incredible. Now let's turn to escalated benefits. I think I had 3 escalated benefit success stories. Really incredible. What you do is you take a 2019 tax return and you pull that 2019 tax return and look and see how much you made on it. If you made over $30,000, if you made over $25,000, or if you made over $18,000. This qualifies for anyone who made over $18,000. You get the 2019 tax return, you scan it or put it somewhere on your computer, your phone, however you communicate electronically with your unemployment office, either by email or uploading to their website. You need to get that tax return on that device, maybe taking a picture of it, however you communicate. If you do it by email on your phone, then take a picture. If you have a computer, then scan it and put it on your computer. However you get it digitally, because you want to get it sent off the quickest way possible. And then you send a message. Hi, here's my 2019 tax return. I'm currently being paid $150 a week, for example. And I made, for example, $31,000 last year. Please look at my 2019 tax return and see if I qualify for additional weekly benefits. Thank you. Send it off and call them tomorrow, and then call them the day after that, and call them the day after that. Keep on calling until you get a thank you. It's done and processed. They will pay retroactively from the date at which you started unemployment benefits for the weeks in which you were unemployed. So one viewer said, I was unemployed, now I'm employed. Doesn't matter. It'll cover the weeks in which you were unemployed. If you made over $30,000 2019, you'll raise your benefits about $300 a week. Over 30 weeks, that would amount to $9,000, bam, right in your account. $25,000, upwards of $100 a week. $6,000, bam, in your account. And $18,000 2019, about $50 more per week. Bam, about $1,500 in your account if you've been on unemployment since February. Then EIDL, that's SBA.gov. Boy, a lot of success stories. I think I've had 5 or 6 EIDLs approvals in the last 7 hours that I've gotten DMs about. Anywhere from $6,000 to $20,000 to $21,000, all incredible. What I've not said on this video is that if it's under $25,000, it is not collateralized. So I generally recommend viewers to take less than $24,900, so it's uncollateralized. Remember, EIDL is the only debt instrument that I'm covering. It's not repayable. It does not have to be repaid until 2020, a year from now. So no principal interest for the first year's free money. And then after that, it's paid back over 30-something years. If you don't want it, you can give it back for free at any time. It's that incredible. Boy, I mean, what a day it has been. So where you need to stay focused is on stimulus checks, getting this CARES Act 1 grant, getting the PUA, getting the EIDL, and then I get all the questions where people say, can I get all these things and more? Let me explain the following. If you are if you're an Uber or Lyft or Grubhub driver or something like that, and you were unemployed from because of the pandemic, from March to, let's say, for example, October, and you went on PUA, then you will get all your escalated benefits for that period if you put it through. Plus, if you're impacted because of the pandemic and lost hours of work, then you should go get an EIDL. Then, additionally, you can certainly go get CARES Act 1 grants. That's how we do things here. You want to get as many things as you can get right now. And ultimately, I want you to move very quickly. Go to youtube.com/LALATE/community. And throughout the day, I'm posting again the volunteers' contacts. They're on Twitter, social media, and throughout. Please treat them with respect, and they'll treat you back as well. Big developments. I'm so excited for you. Join me on Purple Power Live coming up right after this video, and join me tomorrow morning on Early Mornings LALATE at 6 a.m. and then 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay in LA for more.